Hi there, I'm Zoë Schroeder, Registered Dietitian here at Tucson Weight Loss Surgery, and today we're going to be talking all about added fat. So fat adds a lot of calories, and we can find added fat in many different places, including processed foods and condiments. So take a look here at this list of different added fats. You might find these around lots of different places, such as in your home, at the restaurant, while you're cooking, or things that you add to recipes, or in packaged processed foods. So it's important that we identify where these sources of added fat, added calories are coming from so that we can methodically reduce them. So let's take a look at fat. Fat is very calorie dense, meaning it delivers a large amount of calories in a very small volume. So take a look at that picture down there. You can see that 400 calories of oil and fat is a very small volume, and it does not fill you up very much in your stomach, as especially compared to fruits and vegetables, where that 400 calories goes a long way in terms of fullness and satisfaction. We have three macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates, and fat. You might be familiar with them. Protein and carbohydrates each deliver 4 calories per gram, whereas fat actually delivers 9 calories per gram. So more than 2 times the amount of calories for the same amount. So it's very calorie dense. And the reason why we need to be aware of this is because if you remember from an earlier video, we were talking about how 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of body fat. So if we're looking to lose weight, we need to reduce our calories. And an easy way to identify and reduce calories are from added fat. So let's talk about, but there's healthy fat, right? Yes, there is healthy fat, but it's still calorie dense. It's still a fat. So we still need to be aware of portion size and make sure we don't overdo it. So some of those healthy fats, as you may remember or know, are olive oils or any kind of oils like avocado seed oil. Those are great. Nuts and nut butter, seeds, and avocados. So these healthy fats actually do a lot of really important work for our body. So we can't eliminate all fat from our diet, but we want to make sure we're choosing mostly these healthy fats and in a moderate portion. We want to limit your added fat each day to 1 tablespoon and your nuts and seeds to 1/4 to 1/2 cup. So let's take a look at these nutrition facts labels. Here I have 2 healthy fats. You have an olive oil and you also have some almonds. So let's first take a look at the olive oil. You can see that there is 120 calories for 1 tablespoon, and that equals 14 grams of fat. Fine, it's a lot of calories for a small volume, but you can use that in moderation throughout the day, knowing that this is what you are choosing for your added fat. Maybe you do it for a little extra flavor, or just to coat the pan if you're roasting some veggies or something like that. The key takeaway from that is, even though it's healthy, doesn't mean it's low calorie. Now let's take a look at the almonds. Almonds are a great source of plant-based protein, but here's the thing, they still have more fat than protein, so they can add up in calories very quickly. So take a look at that nutrition facts label right there. There are 8 grams of protein for 1 ounce. 1 ounce is about 1/4 cup. And there are 14 grams of fat. So yes, you're getting good healthy plant-based protein and you're getting good healthy fats, but it's still high calorie. So healthy doesn't equal low calorie. The key takeaway is you can have it, just use it in moderation. Okay, let's talk about how we can actually reduce our added fat in everyday scenarios, especially during cooking or when you're eating out. So There are 3 R's that you can follow. Reduce, meaning reduce the frequency in which you use added fat, such as if you're having, if you usually put butter in your mashed cauliflower, you can reduce by not using that butter. And maybe even just doing a smaller amount. If you're having a slice of whole grain toast and you usually put a lot of butter on it, try doing just a little smidge of butter and see if you still like it the same, and that helps reduce the amount of calories by a lot. You can completely remove it, like we were talking about from the example with the cauliflower. Same thing if you're thinking about a high-fat condiment like mayonnaise. Maybe you can completely remove that from your tuna salad that you're making and instead use some plain Greek yogurt in there for the same creamy consistency, but you're getting a little extra protein instead of that. And then replace. I guess this goes right in line with what I was just saying, finding other ways to substitute your fat for other more nutritious options. And now let's take a look at cooking method. This is really important not only for cooking at home, but also when you're ordering out at a restaurant. You want to look for these key words when you're ordering to know that they are a cooking method that doesn't add extra fat. So we've got roasted, steamed, grilled, baked, air fried, that's one of my favorites, and boiled. These are all really nutritious options for cooking methods, for your vegetables, for your protein, anything like that. And it's also good to recognize those keywords on a menu. So, all right, I gave you the list of foods that or the cooking methods that you want to look for. Which ones should you stay away from? So this is a very important list because all of these words on this list tell you that there is either fat added during cooking process or fat added afterwards in terms of a sauce. There's just a lot of fat in that dish, which means it's going to be very high calorie. Even if you ordered zucchini, let's say you got zucchini fries. Oh, I'm being healthy, I got zucchini fries, it's fine, it's a vegetable. Guess what? They're still battered and deep fried. So it's not going to be a low calorie option at all. So let's take a look at this list. Deep fried, pan fried, breaded. That's a good indication that it's going to be breaded and then fried. Just fried. Tempura, that's something that is another word just for deep fried, but in Japanese. Crispy, that's a good keyword. And sauteed. So sauteed has a lot of butter in the pan, even if it's, let's say, sauteed asparagus. That actually has a ton of added fat in there, whether it's butter and olive oil, to make it very buttery and sauteed. That's what that cooking method means. So if you could opt for one of those other cooking methods instead, whether it's roasted or grilled, that would be a better option. And then in terms of sauce ways, cream sauce, scampi, Alfredo, au gratin, and cheese sauce are all extremely high fat, high calorie foods that you should avoid. Now let's talk about how we can actually choose the best oil. So the best choices are going to be olive oil, avocado seed oil, pressed oils, as well as unrefined oils. If your olive oil comes in a clear plastic container and the olive oil is clear, that's been very refined. So you want to look for a dark glass container for the olive oil because that actually helps protect the olive oil from the sun exposure because it is unrefined. So you also want to read the label to make sure you are choosing a really good quality oil, because then you're getting some of the other health benefits, some of the flavonoids and phytonutrients in that oil, as well as those healthy omega-3 fatty acids. The ones we want to avoid, partially hydrogenated oils. This is something that you can see as an ingredient in a lot of processed packaged foods. The reason why these are so bad is because this actually indicates a chemical alteration to the structure of the fat to make it more shelf stable. So you're saying, what does that even mean? Well, that means that the snack company makes more money because they can put more products on the shelf for longer without worrying about it going bad and having to throw the old products away. So you definitely want to avoid those, as well as lard, margarine, soybean oil, corn oil, and any refined oil as well. Those are all the ones you want to avoid, but there are plenty of really good quality oils out there that you can use for your cooking. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that presentation and I hope you found value from it, because there's a lot that we maybe don't think about in terms of our nutrition, and this is one of them. So go out there and look for your oils and figure out how you can reduce your added fat. Okay, I hope to see you all in the next one, and I'll see you in the nutrition program. If you're not already a member, make sure you go join. That offers you unlimited group class access as well as direct contact with me. So I'll see you next time.